Okay, well, then we'll go ahead and get started as soon as I can get Commissioner Harvey's famous face on the camera there. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Today is Monday. It's 2 p.m. This is the August 25th work session of the Board of Commissioners of Weber County. I'm Commissioner Gage for. I'll be conducting the meeting today. With me is Commissioner Jim Harvey. Excused is Commissioner Sharon Bolos. We'll start today's agenda with a discussion and or action for approval of the minutes for the commission work session held on August 18, 2025.
Mr. Chair, motion to approve those.
And I'll second that. Place the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Commission agenda or action for those minutes have been approved. Let's go to our next discussion item, which is contract services. With us is Mr. Chris Allred, our Weber County Attorney. Chris, go ahead. I'll turn the time over to you.
Okay, I don't know if Crockett sent you copies. Here's a hard copy if you'd like to take a look at the proposed agreement with Gary Hewitt. This pertains to the Doug Lovell capital case that our office is prosecuting. I'm sure you're somewhat familiar with that. It's only been going on for about 30 years now.
Unfortunately, we are.
Yeah, this is the third time it's come back to be prosecuted on some technicality or another along the way. And these things are really human resource intensive. That's why we're asking if we can get a little extra funding to bring Gary Hewitt on board to help us with this. And the reason we've reached out to Gary is he's the one that's actually handled this Doug Lovell case literally from the beginning.
Has he?
And handled it twice. So he knows inside and out the details of this massive case that we've got, and will be a huge asset in terms of keeping this going forward without us having to reinvent the wheel in some places. We've got certainly excellent prosecutors who can handle this, but Gary would be a huge help if we can bring him back on board. He's willing to do that. He's already been a huge help in terms of advising us on this, and having gone through lots of the witnesses and things, he knows which witnesses are good and which are a waste of our time and spinning our wheels and all of that. So we're looking to get something very similar to the contract that we have through the public defenders with the two capital defense attorneys whom we have individual contracts with as well to handle that. And we're sort of basing it on those numbers, although we're asking for less than they're getting paid. Between the two of them, I think the cap is like 200,000. We're asking for, I think, 56, 57 total for Gary as a cap, basically a soft cap, but we think it can be done within that cap. He will bill us hourly like defense does, up to that cap if things go as planned.
So I don't see I see the line item for compensation. I don't see the per hour or not to exceed.
So we were going to plug in the per hour. There was some question in Gary's mind about what he was going to bill per hour. And if you look in the defense contract, I think it says that they're going to bill at $150 per hour, but they've been sending bills, I think, for $125. I don't know why that is. So we figured we would have him bill in that range.
Okay.
But again, with that cap in mind.
57.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And otherwise, these cases, these capital cases, when it starts getting close, they're so demanding on our time that we'll pretty much have two people sort of pulled out of our regular rotation almost altogether for a couple months when this gets close. So having Hewitt on hand will again be huge in a lot of ways for us if we can make that happen.
So is this a complete new trial, or are they looking at some of the technicalities in the previous?
Excellent
Three
question.
cases.
It's good question. It's not actually a retrial because the conviction stands. Hi, Steph.
Hi there.
The conviction has
Okay,
been upheld and stands. It's a new sentencing, but the sentencing is a whole separate phase of its
Right.
own. And in order for that sentencing to be complete, you almost have to, well, you do have to put on all the evidence that you put on initially in the trial, so that the jury is familiar with the facts in order to engage in the sentencing aspect. So it's pretty much as onerous as having a whole new trial on the matter.
Yeah, and so I've heard this a couple times, sometimes from the public defender side. So it sounds like the reason this came up, he was offered life without possibility of parole. he wouldn't accept that, is that correct?
That is absolutely
that's-
correct.
That's the reason we're coming back to this.
Yes,
He wouldn't take in the possibility of life without parole.
that's correct. And so, and I think the victim's family would be amenable to the idea if he would accept life without parole, we would probably all move forward.
Yeah.
But none of us are willing to accept life with the possibility of parole. So that's why we're stuck going forward.
Okay. So in the court case, the judge could rule that same sentencing, but life without the possibility of parole.
Good.
He could, so that could be.
Or the court could,
Or-
well, actually, no, there's a technicality on that, Commissioner. Again, excellent question. The way you're perceiving that ordinarily would be right, but back at the time
Okay,
that he was originally sentenced,
yeah,
you didn't have the possibility of life without parole, so it's not technically on the table for the judge. So in this case, he'll be ruling either for sentence of death or life with the possibility of parole. Now, if he agreed, although the statute didn't provide for it at the time, with the agreement of the defendant, in this case, we could do life without the possibility of parole. We could reach that agreement, the court could sentence it. But absent that agreement, the court is facing a decision of either the death penalty or life with the possibility of parole.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Commissioner Harvey, questions, comments? I know this is one of your favorite subjects.
It's fortuitous for the county to have the expertise of Mr. Heward and his willingness to come back and help. I don't have any reservations whatsoever. Unfortunately, this is something that property tax has to pay for. So we do know that the level case, they're very litigious. And so, I'm glad we've got Gary still willing to help us, and I think it's probably the most efficient pathway forward, even though we get the Britannica of Heward to come with it. So I've got no problem, and my recommendation would be that we approve or go forward with what Mr. Allred has brought to us.
Put this on the agenda.
That'd be great.
Put this on, unfortunately, this is a gift that keeps on giving, especially now, where we are supplying attorneys to both, well, we would have still supplied attorneys, it would have
Yeah.
been contract attorneys.
Yes.
Now they're in-house attorneys. And I'm assuming we're not getting a lot of help from the state on this. Dollar wise.
There's no aspect of this that I can think that the state is providing any additional funding whatsoever, yeah.
There you have it, Commissioner Harvey.
Now, it might be whether there's something that helps out on the defense side possibly, but certainly not on the prosecution side.
Yeah, and I'm not sure whether we have any help on the public, I can't say for sure, but
Yeah,
in my conversations, there hasn't been a lot of.
you're referring to the indigent defense fund.
Yeah, IDC.
Yeah,
So, all right,
Yeah.
Mr. Allred.
and Steph is here if you had any questions about the funding of that. We've talked as well to make sure that.
We have the money in the bank or?
So we're gonna review that. I think last we talked and, like, there was a question on when Mr. Heward would start the work.
Yeah,
And so whether it would hit this budget year or not. And so I think, do we have any?
that's an interesting question because Mr. Heward has some, how much he earns on the side implicates his current, retirement situation. So
Yeah.
he can only bill us up to a certain amount, in a given year without triggering some of those impacts. So you're correct, and I need to ask that question, but I think what we'll do is probably have him start billing us this year and
Okay.
fairly soon.
Okay,
And he'll just have to monitor and make sure it's gonna be up to him whether he bills correctly or overbills. If something triggers his retirement issues, that's on him, so he's paying careful attention to that. But as long as he bills us within the amounts we've established, we'll let him worry about.
And it is an independent contractor.
It is, yes.
Okay.
so we'll be monitoring the county attorney's budget as well, just based on on when those billings come in.
Yeah.
essentially.
okay.
It's just unfortunate that all these Weber County families have to pay for his continued.
It is, I think philosophically though, the temperature of the folks of Weber County, I think they'd rather see us continue to pursue the death penalty in this case than roll over. I believe that's what the
I would
folks of
agree,
Weber
I
County
would,
want to
I would
see.
agree with that. So do we have any idea when this might start? We don't anticipate it'll be 2025, do we?
The trial will not occur in 2025. That will be in 26, but there will be a number of hearings
Yeah.
leading up to it, trying to get a lot of those issues resolved before that.
Got it.
So I think that's something that we'll want to probably address in your budget.
Yeah.
When we talk about your budget hearings for 2026.
Yes, absolutely, and I believe that tentatively it's scheduled for April.
So, yeah, we should talk about that in 2026 budget
I've made a
session.
note of that, so.
Yeah, and I saw that you sent some files over recently for budget, so.
Okay, Commissioner Harvey, closing words?
No.
Mr. Allred,
Nothing
Anything
else,
else?
thank you for your
Stephanie?
consideration.
okay, thanks for being with us.
Okay, thanks a
I
lot.
think you've got to go on it.
All right, thank you so much.
Well, look at that. We are 2 minutes ahead.
Well, efficiency again, just
Efficiency. Nice thing.
Stephanie, we got anybody else coming?
Yeah, I think there were. Actually, I'm not sure. I mean, Chris, I'm filling in for Chris, sort of,
Yeah, I think
actually.
it's just, yeah, I think it was just me and Portland and Chris and Ashlyn. Ashlyn's out with the flu. I had a breakdown this morning. My car completely, my power transfer unit is destroyed. I'm calling in from Burley in my rental car.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
we should
happens.
I could have picked you up and brought you down yesterday. I went right by
You know-
Berlin. Oh, well,
I almost called you this morning, be like, hey, where are you? You might be driving by me. Come get me.
you should have texted me. All right, well, let's go started then.
Okay.
All right.
You ready? So let's go to our next agenda item, which is discussion on update to Weber County Ordinance to reflect changes in the TRT percentages. See attached. I believe Commissioner Harvey, we have the attached here.
Yes,
So
Yeah.
we have with us Miss Stephanie Russell's online. And we have the famous Cortland Erickson in attendance. And I think that's all for right now. Go ahead, Cortland. Are
Yes,
you heading
so-
this up?
Yep, I am. So you will remember that a couple months ago, toward the end of June, you adopted an increase
Yes.
in the TRT tax
Yes.
to match the state law, which now allows for a higher percentage.
Right.
It turns out that the county code has a section already codified that says the percentage is, I think it was 4.25. I'm pulling up the ordinance draft right now. And so we did not notice that at the time. So the ordinance that you passed went into effect. It was valid, we believe, but our county code needs to be updated to reflect the change that you made a couple months ago in section 34-4-1 and 34-4-3. So this ordinance is just really kind of an administrative cleanup. It's not asking you to take any new action. It's just changing the county code to reflect what you did a couple months ago.
Okay. Okay, Commissioner Harvey.
I support this 100%.
Yeah, so it's just a cleanup, really.
It is, yeah. We inadvertently overlooked the fact that that needed to be updated when you made the change a couple months ago.
Okay. It's what we call a cleanup bill. Stephanie?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. And if you recall, that was the one that Sarah presented, and it's definitely going to be to our benefit. So yeah, let's get everything squared away.
All right.
That's it.
Sounds like it's an easy deal to me. Commissioner Harvey, unless you've got a volley of questions.
Will this appear on a commission agenda?
It's on for tomorrow.
Okay, no questions. I guess we can choose whether or not to take action tomorrow.
That's great. Okay. Anything else, Cortland?
I don't know if Chris will be presenting that tomorrow or if I will, one of us. The agenda for tomorrow lists him as the presenter, but just, sometimes we swap out and maybe that I'll be there presenting this because I'm a little more familiar with it, but
Just use that same flowery language that you used today.
that's right. Okay,
Talk us into anything.
right.
All right, Stephanie, anything else?
No, I'm going to join you guys in the next one on Marty's cell phone because it's closed session.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
So are you broken down or wait?
I'm in my rental. I've got a rental car right now, so I'm in a rental car headed to Ogden.
All righty.
that's too bad. I mean, it's sorry you broke down.
Talk to you soon
It
then.
happens. It happens.
All right, that's no other business. I would entertain a motion to saunter till 2:30, which is our next scheduled agenda item, which would be number 4.
Mr. Chair, I'll motion that we saunter until 2:30, time certain,
Time, okay?
our next agenda item.
And I'll second that. Place the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thanks. We're now sauntering until 2:30 PM.
looks like, and that's in the exhibits on the back, you can see what
Okay.
the overall map looks like. There are 3 sections. And we have prepared a resolution as well. It's been reviewed by Cortland and
Oh.
it's been reviewed by Plain City. So,
Is it exhibit A?
yes. Yep, so those are the 3 areas you can see, section 1, section 2, and section 3. Those are the islands that will be taken in as part of this. It does not include JDC Ranch. That was not part of the deal. So, and it does not include, this doesn't take in all of the unincorporated islands, because as you remember, Commissioner, we had some language issues with the state code.
Right.
with- Yeah.
Hold
some of
on
the
just a
peninsula-
minute.
Yep, go ahead.
I've got a problem,
Okay,
with this. It's 2700 north, going 2600 north.
yep,
So they did take in that piece that's gonna be adjoined JDC Ranch over there on the north.
correct.
Right, that's true.
Those 30-acre lots, that road goes right into JDC Ranch.
Yes,
That's that section we approved with Brad. What's his name from Riverdale?
Mm-hmm.
Section 1 makes sense. So they just wanna pick up the impact fees from those.
essentially. Yeah, they're already developed, so.
I think this is.
And I got this-
Approve for.
That's what that is. That's
Okay.
exactly what that is. And then this other, and in fact, that area is now owned by Nielsen Homes.
Yes. Yep,
Interesting that I find it interesting that Plain City didn't want 30-acre lots, but now they're taking 30-acre lots.
and if you look at
I'm
Jason,
just stating what I remember. If I look at what?
they have 30-acre lots adjacent to what they're annexing in, that are already in the city.
Yeah,
So,
I find it fascinating that's a shift. And then this little piece that comes over here, I'm right here, this little nub, right here.
yep, yep,
That's of concern to me.
Okay.
Is because of, commercial.
I believe that piece, and you're referring to the piece that sticks up right here, the rectangle? Or the triangle?
The rectangle is the one I'm referring
Okay.
to.
I believe that piece is owned by Rocky Mountain Power.
That's power company.
Okay.
Power company. Yeah.
Okay,
The last,
okay.
second to last page, Commissioner, shows the individual ownerships of each of those, and it is, you know.
Am I to understand that those people who have homes that are built, or is this the JDC that's in there now? Oh, that's a current JDC,
Correct.
that's a JDC map right there.
It is, yes, that's what's existing as of the date this map was printed.
But you're saying that little rectangle is a Rocky Mountain Power?
Yeah, if you go to the second to the last page in your packet, you'll see a blow up of that area, and it
Right
is
there.
Utah Power and Light is the owner.
Oh, and Pacific Corp's got, well, they've got the stuff on the other side of the street too.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
It's kind of where that
Yeah, they
transmission cord.
Well,
Okay.
they must have transmission lines,
Yeah.
all 3 there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
Well,
that makes sense.
probably not prime commercial.
And there's the, okay,
So,
interesting.
Commissioners, with these 3 sections, what we are proposing is that we go through the process that we did a few years ago with Ogden City, with Roy, North Ogden, where we created a resolution, we will hold a public hearing, and then the commissioners will make a decision of whether or not you approve of these areas being annexed into Plain City. If you do approve those, and we have the findings listed, and we believe they do comply with the state code, then Plain City will hold their own public hearing, and they will make a decision as to whether or not they accept that annexation and approve it. And if they do, it will move forward without any protests.
But we've been told verbally that Plain City will approve them.
The mayor
The mayor has said
is,
that, just, again, take
Yeah,
that.
we can't guarantee that. We don't know how the city council will vote, but
Take
the
that
mayor
for what
has
it's
said
worth.
that, and at least one of the city council people was in favor as well. So we met with them.
So one council person is okay
Yes.
with it?
Yeah, one council person is okay and the mayor is okay. We haven't spoken to the others, and we don't
Yeah.
intend to, but
I don't know why they would fight it, but
yeah,
I guess we can wait and see.
yeah, the mayor believes this makes sense for the city. And this is what was requested by the commissioners for us to move forward and finish 2200 North.
And this gets us through the 2200 North issue, correct?
Correct. So once we have, the direction we were given was once we wanted some kind of an assurance that the annexation will take place before we go through and finish paving it. And through the course of conversations with Cortland and you guys and the city, ultimately was determined, let's just go through the whole annexation process to make it official, and then we'll move forward.
How long do these annexation processes take?
So we have to advertise for at least, it's approximately 2 weeks that we advertise. We can hold our public hearing.
You
And
thinking this will be done by the end of the year?
yes, it needs to be done by the end of the year. Then and Plain City's recorder has contacted me and said, help me understand the county's timeline so that I can be prepared.
Why does it need to be done by the end of?
Well, it doesn't need to be, but
Mayor won't be in.
yeah,
Thanks.
We got Mayor Beasley on.
it's
board.
Mayor Beasley who we've been talking with
He'll
and
be on it.
negotiating with, so it would make sense for us to complete that while he's in office.
Plus, you may have some council positions
That change,
change
right?
over as well too. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think it makes sense. If we're gonna get it done while Beasley's still there. He has an understanding. We don't have to educate a new mayor or a
Correct.
council.
Yep, so there's plenty of time to get it done before the end of the year. We could have ours done by mid-September. If you tell us to move forward, and then it goes on to Plain City, so they'd have several months to get this taken care of.
Questions, Commissioner
It
Harvey?
makes sense to me that my only hesitations aren't, they're not worthy of discussion.
Okay.
All right, anything else?
Yeah, just one thing, you talked about wrapping, if I may, Sean.
Yeah, please.
And this wrapping up everything with 2200 North.
Yeah.
We do, and Gary kind of hinted at this, we do still have a holdout as far as the property there, Brett Molding. And so, that direction that you gave last time is, as Gary mentioned, to get more solid assurance that they will annex before we present any kind of eminent domain resolution to you to consider. So if this moves forward and happens, then I guess that is when we might move forward with the eminent domain.
Well, and we may not need to do that. I met with Representative Dunnigan about a month ago, and he's in the process, he actually opened a bill file. Remember, under state code, if you're a county of the first class, you have the right to automatically include an annexation and
Yes.
without protest. So I've asked him to open, which is already open, put us in the same category. So if we have an annexation policy that allows us to do that, we don't have to do eminent domain.
Good.
We just declare that as a island, which it qualifies as an island or a peninsula, right, Cortland?
It does, yeah.
So, and then they have 3 weeks to file a lawsuit or it's done.
does that cover us on the fact that his private ownership goes beyond into where we would want to pave as well too?
Well, all that would be with annexation.
Mm-hmm.
That just gives us the right to annex it into Plain City.
Okay.
So it would become Plain City's problem, I guess, at that point in
Does
time.
does it take into account all that land?
Yeah, so he's there on the middle section there on the south side of the road,
Okay.
and he owns. His description does go out to the center line or a little bit. So
Where is he?
it's the second to last page, Commissioner,
Okay.
and he's kind of almost smack in the middle on the south side of 2200 north there.
Is it molding?
It is molding. And so his calls for his parcel ownership go beyond what would be the south edge of the right of way that we would be paving through. And so he, as did all the rest of them, owned out kind of to the center, to the section line. And so that's what we had to purchase from the others. The others have all signed. It's
To the
just-
basically center line of the road.
Yeah. Yeah. So we probably still have to clean that
Yeah,
up.
it's something that'll have to be addressed one way or another.
He's
Yeah.
got quite a bit of property out there.
He does. And he owns a good chunk on the north side of the road, Commissioner.
He has it on the north side,
On
well,
the north side as well, but we didn't need to buy anything from the north side. It was just the south side parcels that we had to purchase from. And he does own the one on the south
so
side.
he owns on the south side as well.
He sure does, yeah. He's just to the east of the Rocky Mountain Power property
Yeah.
that we had to buy.
Okay.
So,
We can
Yeah.
talk about that later.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think this bill would deal with that,
okay.
other than
Got
put it
it.
into Plain City, then but if we turn that into Plain City,
Mhm,
they'd have to deal with it, this be their road, correct?
that's correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
so maybe it takes care of it for us.
So it may not solve the problem, but it solves our problem,
that's correct.
anyway,
Yep.
which is the same thing, right?
Yep.
Okay, what else? No,
So we're just looking for your authorization to proceed with noticing for a public hearing and putting this resolution on your agenda.
It's your recommendation we do so?
Yes.
Okay, I'm in agreement.
okay, I'm good with that. I've been in these discussions with this
Yeah,
for a couple
yeah.
of months now, so.
Very
Yeah,
good.
I'd like to get this done and especially where we have a willing mayor and a willing council, get them out of our hair and then look forward, if we get that legislation passed next year, that we need to start taking a look at the entire county, including Ogden Valley, if
Yeah.
I might be so bold,
Be bold away.
that take care of a few of those problems up there,
Yeah,
which we know we have.
that would be great.
Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure from you, but
Oh, yeah.
you're not gonna be dealing with them anyway, according to what I hear. so.
We're just glad to get this wrapped up.
Yeah.
Commissioners.
Good, okay,
So,
all right,
Okay, thank you.
thanks very much.
Yeah, please do.
All right,
Okay, uh-huh.
3:15.
It
Let's
is.
go to our next WFRC roadway safety audit. That's why we have Ashley with us. Sean, you're still here, and Gary, you're still here.
yes, sir.
Okay, Ashley, your work listed first.
Okay, this is, so a couple months ago, I think back in January, Wasatch Front Regional Council reached out to us that they were seeking grant money to do a road safety audit where they come in, look at different corridors. We'll hire a contractor, a consultant. This is their expertise to look at the corridor and come up with ideas and cost estimates and plans for how to improve these corridors. We submitted a letter of intent of interest, and then the money got stalled with some of the federal money issues that took place during, the beginning of the year.
Yeah, we've seen that.
And so then, not that long ago, they came back and said, hey, we're ready to go. There were 13 projects, and they're seeking 20% local match, for this. I just talked to Mr. Billings. He said a couple have dropped out, so now the Weber County match would be about $5,000 to $6,000 to use this consultant to go and do this work.
5 to 6,000, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other question I had for him was, the timeline is to start in October and finish in June of next year. As you guys may remember, 2550 South is being designed right now with the anticipation to go to construction next year. So I asked, is this something we'd be able to expedite, shift to the beginning of the list so that we could get that information sooner rather than later? He couldn't promise that, but he said, yeah, it's usually a couple day process for them to come do this field work, look at what's going on. And we are looking at a phase 2 on 2550 South. So let's say we weren't able to get it in time to change the construction of phase 1, we could use the input for phase 2. So I think it would be helpful, valuable information moving forward as we design and construct this corridor. So we're coming to you to present that this is what's going on, and to request your signature on an agreement to participate in this road safety audit.
Questions, Commissioner Harvey?
Does this constitute the entire thing, or can we anticipate some kind of a change order of some type, moving forward from this?
As any good project has at least one change order.
Boy, that's a horse. special horse crap.
There you go.
The study itself shouldn't have change orders.
No.
Wouldn't think
this is-
so.
Yeah, this is a study, and unlike digging, when you find surprises, the study shouldn't come up with any
So-
surprises.
Actually, what do we expect to get out of this study? I mean, you call it a safety study, or safety
Yeah.
audit.
Yeah,
I would think we'd want more. You know, Commissioner Harvey's been pretty,
Patient.
well, he's been patient, but he's been pretty aggressive that 2550 should go through to a potential future development out west. And do they give us suggestions in terms of that's the best route, or, you know, do they look at things like environmental cost or any? Tell me the
Yeah.
bottom line, what do we get?
so, okay, let me read this paragraph, it's not too long. The RSA for each corridor will include a detailed field review and safety analysis by the consultant in cooperation with the local government, addressing the needs for all roadway users, including drivers, transit, cyclists, pedestrians, and people with disabilities. Specific safety recommendations, benefits, and cost estimates resulting from the RSA will be made available to the participating municipalities. So I'm envisioning they would come back with asphalt widths, lane widths, recommendations for bike lanes, or maybe this isn't the best corridor for bike lanes.
A separated active transportation lane.
That's what
Their recommendation.
Yeah.
I'm envisioning is those kinds of aspects of the road design.
Okay,
How to incorporate those, or whether that is the best place to do that or not. Which would be useful on other extensions of this corridor, whether it's the one we're gonna build soon or future extensions.
got it. Okay. So you're looking at potential contract for $5,000 to $6,000. I
Yeah,
heard you right.
correct. Yeah, they originally sent this with a number of $4,308, but since a couple projects have dropped off the list. And so
Oh.
our 20% match has gone up since we don't have other participants to share that with.
What's the time schedule?
But he's saying they're gonna begin October 1st, 2025, this study. And when I talked to him, I just talked to him, and he said he talked to everybody else, so I think there is 11 of the original 13 that are still in,
Got it.
with us included in that 11.
Okay. Gary, you in favor of this?
Very much so, and keep in mind, commissioners, I believe our match was 20% on this, so really, there's another 80% of this cost that we're getting funding to pay for. It helps us kind of identify some of these safety risks and really makes it better for the traveling public,
Yeah.
both those in vehicles and those not in vehicles. And keep in mind what this corridor is going to become. This is gonna be an important east-west corridor for us.
Huge.
Huge, big deal, huge, sorry, I shouldn't jest, but you get it. I mean, the safer we can make this, commissioners, for everybody, the better. We're very much in favor of
With
it.
WFRC involved,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, it's an easy decision.
No, so I'm good with it. Commissioner Harvey, you okay?
Yep.
So tell me where we are with our speaking of active transportation. I just got back from Sun Valley over the weekend, and if you've been there the past few years, you know they've got a very active transportation with the trails around that. I would sure like to make sure that out west, well, anywhere, we now don't have to worry as much about the valley. But boy, that active transportation with bikes, walkers, just makes such a difference on lifestyle and the ability to really get the citizens involved with community. If we don't, I know that we make plans for trails. I know, you know, we've always got a trail component.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you know, I want a trail that coordinate, you know, that has coordinates that we know we can go from one spot to the other. We're not gonna ride a trail for 2 miles, then have to get out on a, you know, 2-lane road to get hit.
Just did that. I just did that this weekend. It's an old abandoned, rail line,
Yeah,
went for 3 miles, and at the end, just stopped at the street.
yeah, that's my point, is let's coordinate those so that we have I mean, you can literally jump off of Main Street, from Sun Valley, from downtown, and do a complete circle,
Yeah.
go out to Haley, you know, you're 15 miles on a bike path.
Yeah.
You're not on that 2-lane road. It makes a difference. Again, you talk about safety.
Yeah.
If you put people on the road walking, biking, you're gonna get people hit.
That's right.
So I just think we need to take from a planning perspective and probably need to talk to planners more about it, but I think that's really something we should put a priority on, in my opinion.
It's definitely considered as subdivisions are happening, Commissioner.
Yeah.
We're making sure we get that taken care of. As you're probably very much aware, one of the most challenging and expensive parts is acquisition of right of way to
Yeah.
build those
Oh, yeah.
trails, right? It's every bit as much, sometimes more than the cost to actually build those trails. And so,
Gotta get it early.
yeah, you gotta get it early, or otherwise you're going back and buying the property in retrospect.
Well, that's not smart.
And that's the
Well, you
challenge.
gotta do it up front.
Gotta do it up.
When they're being developed, and they come to us with a plat,
Yep.
okay, where's your trails, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And I think UDOT still has over 50 million ongoing for active transportation, don't they?
They do, yes.
Yeah.
Well, have we looked at that pot of money at
Yep.
all?
We have,
Absolutely.
yeah, and our planners have a master plan for out west.
Oh, good.
We know where we want these trails,
Neat.
so, yeah, we agree with you.
Yeah, I know we're kind of been talking, I just wanna make sure when we get through this and when all these subdivisions get approved, that we don't go back and say, oh, we forgot to put in
Yeah.
10 wide. And I know Ashley's doing a good job in the valley
Yeah.
with our 4100 north up there.
Yep.
I'm anxious to go see that. I
Yeah,
might do that this week, by the way,
Yeah, too.
yeah,
and see
yeah,
what's happening there.
yeah, it's looking good.
I'm going up there this week.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going over I wanna see what's going on with the 4100.
We'll go up and you can meet,
Yeah.
what's our guy's name you can meet with?
There's a
Brett
couple friends
Satterthwaite.
up there, yeah,
He's one of them.
Brett Satterthwaite's up there working on the.
No, the guy
earthworks.
that's from California half the time.
Oh, that Jason Bates.
Bates, yeah.
I was gonna say, you can also see your old friend Scott Story.
Got story.
Oh, well.
You mean to tell me?
He's up there helping work.
Oh,
Is he working it?
Yeah.
Well, he's working for Chambers. What's he
He
doing there?
works with Brett as well.
Oh, he does?
Yeah,
Okay.
so, yeah, you can run into all kinds of friends up there.
Well, I see him at the gym enough when I go. All right, anything else? It, Ashley?
That is all.
Okay. Any other questions, Harv?
no, not at this time.
All right, I'd look for a
I'll
motion.
make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that. All those in favor? All right, we're adjourned. Thank you very much. Appreciate all those that joined us online today. We're now